dudes and dudettes. So earlier this week, the Lakers got their first wins, both home and away. First one was away against the Phoenix Suns, so that's cool. Second one was against the Nuggets at home. Their first win, LeBron's first win at home, so that's good to see. They did end up losing later in the week, but I'll get to that and the records that LeBron ended up passing later in the video. And then also the Duke Blue Devils played their second exhibition game against Ferris State, and I believe they won like 132 to like 40 something. It was pretty much a blowout game. That's why these are exhibition games. And the two stars, RJ Barrett and Zion Williamson, combined for 55 points. I believe RJ was like over 30 points, which is pretty crazy. So good to see. Hopefully they can continue against Kentucky, like I always say. Throughout this whole entire process this week going on for USC, going into the game, they were still unsure if JT Daniels was healthy enough to play against Arizona State yesterday, and they decided to go with their third-string quarterback Jack Sears, who's a redshirt freshman. So he's already been there. This is his second year, so he kind of understands everything, and it looked okay at certain spots. They're getting some good plays, but they did end up losing 38-35 in the end. And because we also did hear other injury news that both Cam Smith and Marvell Tell were being held out of the game, so USC was down a bunch of their main players, whether on offense or defense. But like I've been saying, they should still end up winning these games against certain teams because they did recruit well and they have the higher talented players on their team. But yet they still somehow find a sputter and not score for a while, and then score for a bit, and then they stop scoring again. So obviously it's just a lot of coaching issues. And then we found out again after the game who played very well. Talanoa Hufanga, the true freshman playing safety for USC, ended up breaking his collarbone during the game. So now he's out for the rest of the season. I don't know if he's able to get a redshirt year for an injury, because it's already more than half of the year, or about half of the year. So we'll see. He might apply for it. Hopefully he can get it, because in that way this year won't count, and he'll still have 4 years of playing available if he still likes. So we're waiting to see. And now I'm going to get into what I believe USC should do as far as coaching wise. So yeah, as the headline said, the woes continued for USC Saturday against Arizona State, still not being able to beat up on the competition that's lower, especially with the first-year head coach over there at ASU, Herm Edwards. But I don't know. As far as guys saying if the USC is going to get rid of Clay Helton, these were the guys I would want. None of these guys are going to come under Clay Helton and be an offensive coordinator. They aren't going to be able to get any job they want anywhere else as a head coach, so why would they go retract? And they're already head coaches right now in their own right, or most of them still coordinators. But definitely top guys on the list. I mean, even though it's still only his first year at Tennessee, my favorite defensive coordinator the past few years has been Jeremy Pruitt. I mean, he won 2 titles as the coordinator for Alabama. Then he went to Florida State and won a championship there, and went to Georgia. He didn't win, but eventually ended up getting his job at Tennessee. And I just think with the amount of talent you could get in California, or just bring to California to play at USC with him at the helm, known from two-a-days as well, I just think he's one of the top guys, I believe, coaching right now. Same thing with this guy, Matt Campbell, also the coach from Iowa State, who similarly, their jerseys look like USC, but for some reason they don't get really talented players, and they're still able to win and get a lot of upsets the past few years, especially against some really talented teams. So I believe in him a lot. Other guys like Vanderbilt from Syracuse, Manny Diaz, the defensive coordinator from Miami, Vanderbilt, or I forget his name, from Clemson, but the defensive coordinator from Clemson, PJ Fleck, the Minnesota head coach, and Jeff Brom, the Purdue head coach. A lot of these guys, I think they can turn around this program because they've done it at smaller schools that they're at right now and producing quality wins. And with the talent USC gets, I think they'll be a lot better than Clay Helton is with his coaching staff. So the Lakers rookie Moritz Wagner out of Michigan is finally healthy, it looks like, from his knee injury. So they sent him to the South Bay Lakers in the G League to be able to get some more playing time and rehab and be able to get into game shape, so that way they don't just throw him into an NBA game and him get schooled basically. So hopefully that's good for him and he can get even better and healthier, because we definitely need a presence down low, especially rebounding. And then also they're trying to see if the Chargers are gonna buy or sell at the trade deadline. Obviously, with the Chargers history, you always have to sell before the season because crap always ends up happening with injuries, and it did in the case of Jason Verrett, and they should have done away with him, and you know, they gotten something out of it because obviously he's on IR and they're not getting anything from him. And I believe he's going into a contract year too, so again, you're just not going to bring him back anyways, so it's kind of pointless. And as far as them always trying to buy and make their team better, they always never do because they don't want to spend money anymore, whether it's for this year or the years after that, whatever player's contract they have. So I would like for them to do that, and it would shore up their chance at least of making the playoffs and doing some damage. But of course, you just never are positive when it comes to the Chargers making a deal, when it comes to trading, because they can never get a deal done, especially one that works in their favor. But then also the game that happened, I believe it was yesterday, with the Lakers in San Antonio, after Rondo's coming back from his suspension of 2 games, they saw how well the Lakers looked with Lonzo Ball in the starting lineup, so they decided to go with him for that game. And of course, this is how it went. So yes, the Lakers lose to San Antonio yesterday, but there are some bright spots because LeBron did pass Dirk Nowitzki on the all-time scoring points list, so that's cool. Good for him. He also passed Shaquille O'Neal for the most field goals made also, which is pretty cool as well. So he made history even though it was within a loss, but I'm pretty sure he would have made that history with any team he signed with, but glad it was with the Lakers, and hopefully he can continue to climb, as also he helps us continue to climb our championships as well. Then my old high school, Corona High School, made it to the CIF playoffs. That's pretty cool. They go on the road. I think it was St. Paul or something like that. Never heard of them, but obviously they're a better team if they're hosting in the playoffs. Good luck to them. Hopefully they can continue to get better. It's always great to know when your old high schools are still competing for stuff, and good to see that they're having a lot of homegrown talent there and not getting a lot of kids transferred over there like some of these Southern California schools or Centennial that's in our own backyard. And then also the USC women's soccer team, they did win against Colorado the other day, but I believe it's not a tie in soccer, it's called a draw. So they drew against, I forget what team it was today, but yes, they had a draw. So it wasn't a loss, but still a draw. And then today, the USC women's volleyball team went up to Cal and won 3-1. So that's great to see. I'm pretty sure they're still ranked in the top 25, but hopefully they can make some damage in the playoffs coming pretty soon, I'm pretty sure, for both these teams. So thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know what y'all think, and have a great rest of your day.